What is going on, everybody? It's Create a Player here, back with another UFC 3 created fighter, and today I'm going to show you how I created Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Hi.
From the 2008 film, The Dark Knight. So let's jump right into it. For this one I'm using GameFace, so the first thing we're going to do is import the photo that we used. For anyone interested, I will link the photo that I used in the description if they would like to create this guy as well.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Considering the inaccuracies of GameFace, this one right off the bat gave me a really good starting point to work from. A lot of the makeup and the general face structure carried over, which was a nice start. The first thing I'm going to do here is throw on the hair and then start working from there. Unfortunately, there's no hairstyle that perfectly matches, but this is the closest one. Now I'm going to jump right into the face editing, and this took me a long time, so I'm going to speed a lot of this up or this video would be like 30 minutes long. As you can kind of tell already, the main problem that I was having was after the import of the GameFace picture, the face was just really tall, so throughout this whole editing process I was kind of trying to move the entire face up so his forehead wasn't so long, all the while bringing the chin up as well so he didn't have a super long chin. But I'll throw some pictures of Heath Ledger as the Joker on at the end so we can kind of get a comparison and see how well we did. Although this one was really challenging, it was still a lot of fun for me because this is like one of my favorite movie characters ever. So it's always kind of nice to pay homage to Heath Ledger. I think just since quarantine I've watched The Dark Knight 2 or 3 times. I went back and started the Batman trilogy and watched it through, and then watched The Dark Knight, I think again at least another time, maybe twice more. It's just such an awesome film. So there you can see I just chose the eyes and I'm through the first round of facial editing, and here's what we're looking like for the rest of the body. And now for some more face tinkering. I swear guys, this took me way too long and I was never satisfied with it. Not that any CAF is ever going to be perfect, but it's nice to get as close as possible. So here's kind of what we're looking at after 2 rounds of facial editing. It's okay. I wish we could change the hair to be a bit shorter length, but it is what it is. Now here, I'm going to start playing with the makeup, so I'm adding a little bit more darkness to the eyes, and it's going to be tough to see when it's zoomed out, but I'll speed through this a little bit and I'll show you at the end. We'll go back to the head view and we'll get a better look at it. The GameFace import just wasn't quite dark enough, so I wanted to accentuate those darkened eyes there. You can see a little bit better. Before it was just too light. And along those same lines, the makeup didn't quite really translate at the edges of the mouth on the GameFace import, so I'm gonna make that look better right now too.
Let's put a smile on that face.
To do that, I'm going to use these red half moons just to make the makeup extend a little further. Unfortunately, we can't get that distended scarring look.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
But I think this will work okay. And as you can see there, I'm also adding some blurry red color just to make it kind of look like the makeup is smeared all over his face. As if you watch the film, throughout the film, it just gets smudged over time and looks messier and messier. So far I think we've made some pretty good progress. As you can see here, I'm just showing a few different angles. I still think at this point the face is too tall, but I'm going to work on that later. The next thing I was going after here is I wanted to add a little bit more detail to the eyes, specifically the makeup. So I grabbed this letter I or L. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the closest thing to a straight line that I could find. So basically I added a whole bunch of those letters around the eyes, very small, just to kind of make it look like they were streaking away from the eyes, just to try to help give the effect that it looked like someone actually put the makeup on themselves and it is just smearing. Doing those fine detailed tattoos on the face is actually really difficult in this game, because when you're putting the face tattoos on and they're really small, the view is zoomed out, so you can't really see without putting the tattoo on and then going back to the head view to look at it. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. We're gonna keep moving here though. So onto the body. With the game face import, obviously it carried over the skin color to the whole body, so the whole Joker's skin is white, so we have to cover it up, which I don't like doing because I think it's just kind of looks terrible when we put tattoos all over the body of these characters to replicate clothing. It just looks kind of stupid, but in this case it's better than having the white body, I think. So I just quickly threw that purple suit on him, and here I forgot to do the information screen at the start, so I'm just filling it out now. That's I looked up Heath Ledger's height and weight, and he was 6'1", about 170, so he's going to be a welterweight here. I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to choose for a body type. I think most of the body types in this game are kind of stupid looking, but I just kind of went with a thickish one that didn't look too dumb. Now I'm moving back to what I believe is round 3 of face editing. We're still trying to move everything up a little bit just because the face was still a little bit too tall, I think. And I'm also just fidgeting with each of the different facial features, looking at pictures of Heath Ledger from different angles and trying to get everything as close as possible. And here I'm just quickly cycling through each of the different hair options. I know the one that we have is the best one, but I just wanted to see how other ones would look on him. That one looks like one of the older Jokers, I can't remember who, but in the end we're going to stick with the one we started with. So here's kind of an overview of where we're at. We're getting pretty close to the finished product. I think the purple suit looks pretty dumb, but we had to cover up the white skin, so what can you do? Here's a kind of close-up of the face and the makeup editing, and I still wasn't satisfied with how the entire face looked, so I went back and did more face editing that I'm not going to show on screen because the video would be way too long, but you're going to see the difference right here. Did you catch that? Here it is again. 1, 2. After 3 edits is on the left and the final product is on the right. It's just a much more compact, closer looking to Heath Ledger face, I think. So now I'm just going to cycle through each of the screens to show you what I ended up with for the final edits of this awesome psychopathic character. All in all, I think we did over 41 layers it ended up being of tattoos. I'm just going to run through them to show you all the ones we did on the body and then on the face to try to get the best Joker possible. Now I'll throw up some pictures of the actual character and we'll see how we did. All in all, I'm fairly happy with the result. I think I did pretty well on the makeup. I still don't think the face was as compact as it could have been or should have been for accuracy, and I wish we could have different hair, but oh well. So there it is, that's my finished product. That is Heath Ledger as the Joker from The Dark Knight. Hope you enjoyed watching.
Ha 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 ha.